I am Luciana Hartwin. Welcome to the Lilith verse. As always, we would appreciate a like, a comment, a share, and a subscribe. Introduction to Lilith. Exploring the mythological enigma. Lilith, a figure shrouded in mystery and intrigue, has captivated the imaginations of countless individuals across cultures and eras. In our exploration of this enigmatic entity, we journey through the annals of mythology, tracing Lilith's origins and manifestations in diverse cultural narratives. Ancient Mesopotamian roots. Our journey begins in the cradle of civilization, ancient Mesopotamia, where the earliest known references to Lilith emerge. Here she is depicted as a winged demoness or a female spirit associated with the wind and desert storms. In Mesopotamian mythology, Lilith is often portrayed as a malevolent force, bringing harm to pregnant women and newborns. Her inscrutable nature and association with darkness foreshadow the complexities that characterize her portrayal in subsequent traditions. Jewish lore. Transitioning to Jewish folklore, we encounter a multifaceted depiction of Lilith that diverges from her Mesopotamian origins. In Jewish mythology, Lilith is often portrayed as Adam's first wife, created from the same earth as him, rather than from his rib as in the Genesis narrative. This equality with Adam, coupled with Lilith's refusal to submit to his dominance, leads to her expulsion from the Garden of Eden. Rebelling against the constraints of patriarchal authority, Lilith embraces her independence and rejects the submissive role assigned to her. Cultural variations. Beyond Mesopotamian and Jewish traditions, Lilith's presence permeates various cultures and belief systems, often in diverse forms. In medieval European folklore, she is envisioned as a succubus, or nocturnal demon, preying upon unsuspecting men in their sleep. In modern interpretations, Lilith emerges as a symbol of feminine empowerment and rebellion against societal norms, resonating with contemporary feminist and LGBTQ+ movements. As we embark on this exploration of Lilith, we are confronted with a figure whose identity transcends conventional categorizations. From her origins in ancient Mesopotamian to her evolution in Jewish folklore and beyond, Lilith embodies the complexities of human imagination and the enduring allure of mythological archetypes. Join us as we delve deeper into the realm of legend and symbolism, unraveling the enigma of Lilith and her timeless significance in the tapestry of human culture. Lilith as a goddess, embracing femininity, independence, and empowerment. Throughout history, Lilith has been revered by some as a goddess embodying principles of femininity, independence, and empowerment. While her portrayal as a goddess may not be as widespread or institutionalized as in other mythologies, there are compelling arguments and evidence supporting her divine status in certain belief systems. Ancient origins. In ancient Mesopotamian mythology, Lilith's association with the wind and desert storms hints at her potential divine nature. As a figure of primordial chaos and wild nature, she embodies the untamed forces of the cosmos, akin to other Mesopotamian deities such as Ishtar and Inanna. Some interpretations posit Lilith as a goddess of fertility and abundance, symbolizing the fecundity of the natural world and the cycles of life and death. Feminine archetype. Lilith's portrayal as a goddess resonates deeply with archetypal representations of femininity, challenging traditional gender roles and expectations. Unlike Eve, who was created from Adam's rib and thus subservient to him, Lilith is depicted as Adam's equal, refusing to be dominated or controlled. This defiance against patriarchal authority aligns with the echoes of goddess worship, which often celebrates the autonomy and sovereignty of women. Symbols of independence. Throughout various cultural interpretations, Lilith is celebrated for her fierce independence and refusal to conform to societal norms. As a goddess of autonomy and self-determination, she embodies the liberation of the feminine spirit from oppressive structures and limitations. In this light, Lilith becomes a symbol of resistance against injustice and a beacon of empowerment for those who defy convention. Modern reinterpretations. In contemporary spirituality and feminist theology, Lilith's status as a goddess has experienced a resurgence of interest and reverence. Scholars and practitioners draw upon her mythology to reclaim narratives of feminine power and agency, challenging the demonization and marginalization of women in traditional religious contexts. Through rituals, invocations, and artistic expressions, devotees of Lilith honor her as a divine archetype of liberation and self-actualization. While Lilith's status as a goddess may not be universally recognized or institutionalized, her mythological significance transcends conventional categorization. As a symbol of feminine empowerment and autonomy, she inspires individuals to embrace their inherent strength and challenge the constraints of societal expectations. Whether worshipped in formal rituals or revered as a metaphorical archetype, Lilith continues to captivate hearts and minds as a goddess of liberation and self-discovery. Lilith as a demon, unraveling the darker mythos. In stark contrast to her portrayal as a goddess of empowerment and independence, Lilith has also been depicted as a malevolent figure, often synonymous with demons and evil spirits in folklore and religious texts. Delving into this shadowy aspect of her mythology reveals a complex tapestry of fear, misogyny, and cultural anxieties that have perpetuated her demonization throughout history. Origins of demonization. The demonization of Lilith can be traced back to ancient Mesopotamian beliefs, where she was envisioned as a malevolent entity associated with nocturnal terrors and infant mortality. In Jewish folklore, Lilith's refusal to submit to Adam's authority led to her expulsion from the Garden of Eden and subsequent transformation into a demonic figure. This narrative served to reinforce patriarchal values and justify the subjugation of women by portraying disobedience as inherently sinful and deserving of punishment. Fear of female sexuality. One of the primary motivations behind Lilith's demonization is the fear of female sexuality and autonomy. As a symbol of feminine power and sexual agency, Lilith posed a threat to the patriarchal order, which sought to control and regulate women's bodies and desires. By vilifying Lilith as a seductress and temptress, religious authorities sought to instill fear and shame in women, thereby asserting their dominance and authority over female sexuality. Scapegoating and othering. Throughout history, marginalized groups have often been scapegoated and demonized as a means of deflecting blame and maintaining social order. Lilith, with her association with darkness and rebellion, became a convenient scapegoat for societal anxieties and moral concerns. By casting her as a demonic figure, religious authorities could vilify and otherize those who deviated from societal norms, whether through their actions or identities. Perpetuation in popular culture. The demonization of Lilith has been perpetuated through various cultural mediums, including literature, art, and folklore. In medieval European folklore, she was often depicted as a succubus or night demon. preying upon unsuspecting men and causing mischief and harm. This portrayal reinforced existing gender stereotypes and fueled fears of female empowerment and sexual liberation. The portrayal of Lilith as a demon reflects deeper societal anxieties and power dynamics regarding gender, sexuality, and authority. By demonizing her, patriarchal societies sought to assert control over women's bodies and desires, reinforcing the narrative of female submission and obedience. Yet Lilith's demonization also serves as a testament to her enduring power as a symbol of resistance and defiance against oppressive structures. In reclaiming her narrative, we challenge the toxic ideologies that seek to diminish and dehumanize women, embracing instead the inherent strength and autonomy embodied by Lilith and her mythological legacy. Symbolism and interpretations, exploring Lilith's multifaceted legacy. Lilith's story transcends the boundaries of myth and legend, resonating deeply with contemporary discourse on gender, sexuality, and autonomy. As we analyze her symbolic significance in various contexts, we uncover layers of meaning that reflect and refract the complexities of human experience. Feminist theology and gender equality. In feminist theology, Lilith emerges as a potent symbol of female empowerment and resistance against patriarchal oppression. Her refusal to submit to Adam's authority challenges traditional interpretations of biblical narratives, sparking conversations about gender equality and the subversion of gender roles. By reclaiming Lilith's narrative, feminist theologians seek to dismantle hierarchical structures that perpetuate gender-based discrimination and violence, advocating instead for the liberation and empowerment of women. Psychological archetypes and autonomy. From a psychological perspective, Lilith embodies archetypal themes of autonomy and self-actualization. In Jungian psychology, she represents the anima, the feminine aspect of the psyche that transcends societal expectations and asserts its own agency. Lilith's story resonates with individuals navigating issues of identity and self-expression, inspiring them to embrace their authentic selves and resist conformity to external norms. Pop culture and contemporary myth-making. In popular culture, Lilith's mythos continues to captivate audiences across mediums such as literature, film, and music. From Neil Gaiman's Sandman comics to Sarah McLachlan's haunting ballad, Lilith, artists and creators draw upon her story to explore themes of rebellion, desire, and transformation. In doing so, they contribute to the ongoing evolution of Lilith as a cultural icon, reimagining her narrative for new generations and contexts. Contemporary relevance, unveiling Lilith's legacy. In contemporary culture, Lilith's influence extends far beyond the realms of mythology and theology, permeating literature, art, and spirituality. In literature, authors such as Margaret Atwood and Angela Carter have reinterpreted Lilith's story through a feminist lens, crafting narratives that challenge traditional narratives of feminine passivity and victimhood. In art, artists like Kiki Smith and Frida Kahlo have depicted Lilith as a symbol of female strength and resilience, reclaiming her image from centuries of demonization. In spirituality, Lilith's mythos has found resonance within feminist and LGBTQ+ movements, where she is celebrated as a symbol of liberation and self-empowerment. Through rituals, invocations, and artistic expressions, practitioners honor Lilith as a divine archetype of rebellion and autonomy, reclaiming her narrative from patriarchal distortions and reclaiming her rightful place as a symbol of feminine power and agency. As we navigate the complexity of Lilith's mythos, we are confronted with a figure whose significance transcends time and space. From her origins in ancient mythologies to her contemporary relevance in feminist theory and pop culture, Lilith continues to inspire individuals to challenge oppressive structures and embrace their inherent strength and autonomy. By unraveling the layers of her symbolism and interpretation, we uncover a rich tapestry of meaning that speaks to the enduring power of myth to illuminate the human condition and inspire transformative change. Embracing the enigma of Lilith. In our journey through the intricate tapestry of Lilith's mythology, we have traversed realms of light and shadow, exploring the multifaceted nature of this enigmatic figure. From her ancient origins in Mesopotamian lore to her contemporary resonance in feminist theology and pop culture, Lilith's story serves as a mirror reflecting the complexities of human experience. Across cultures and ages, Lilith has been both revered and reviled, embodying archetypal themes of femininity, independence, and empowerment. As a goddess of autonomy and self-determination, she challenges traditional narratives of female submission and passivity, inspiring individuals to reclaim their agency and define societal expectations. Yet Lilith's story also confronts us with the darker aspects of human nature: fear, prejudice, and oppression. Her demonization reflects deeper societal anxieties surrounding gender, sexuality, and power, serving as a cautionary tale of the consequences of unchecked patriarchal authority. In the light of contemporary discourse, Lilith's agency continues to evolve, resonating with movements for gender equality, LGBTQ rights, and social justice. Through literature, art, and spirituality, individuals reclaim her narrative, weaving new interpretations that celebrate her as a symbol of liberation and defiance. As we bid farewell to this exploration of Lilith's mythos, let us carry forward the lessons gleaned from her story. Lessons of resilience, autonomy, and the enduring power of the human spirit to transcend adversity. In embracing the enigma of Lilith, we embrace the complexity of our own existence, finding strength in our differences and unity in our shared humanity. May her story inspire us to challenge the status quo, to question authority, and to embrace the fullness of our being, unbound by the chains of convention or fear. For in the darkness we find the spark of rebellion, and in the shadows we discover the light of transformation. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the labyrinth of Lilith's mythology. I have been Luciana Hartwin. As always, we would appreciate a like, a comment, a share, and a subscribe. Thank you for joining me today here in the Lilith Verse.